The fat suit reminded me of this show that I do with Carl from Who Are These Podcasts. I think you guys had him on.
Yeah,
You know that guy. So we do this like every month on Patreon. It's pretty much become we watch a fat woman's a different fat woman's fat positivity podcast and make fun of it. Like it started where we just watch podcasts and then it's podcasts of like stupid stuff, but now women are all so fat and they still love talking about themselves. So now it's just not shitty podcasts. It's like shitty podcasts about fat women talking about being fat. Anyway, the last one we did was a fat woman talking about fat tropes in movies and how fat phobic they are. And, they're just like the worst thing ever. And she's doing the fat suit from Friends where Monica, do you guys remember that? Where Monica was fat? They would do those flashbacks where Monica was fat. And she plays a clip on her YouTube and it's like fat Monica comes in. And I remembered it when I was a kid, but seeing it replayed, the fat suit is not even nearly as fat as these women that are in every single podcast we watch. Like it cuts back to the woman and she's crying about the fat suit and you can tell like she's taking up the whole frame of her webcam where she's doing it, ranting about this. And I'm almost like, well, I mean, I don't know. It seems like I don't even think you are able to talk about this. This woman is so much skinnier than you. I don't see how you're offended if that's what people think that fat is.
Yeah.
It's crazy. And every single one of them.
So you're just watching big fat women talk. What are their core complaints? Is it that they feel sexy and beautiful and that they're not recognized as sexy and beautiful? Or is it stuff like wiping their ass is hard?
Wiping their ass never comes up. And I guarantee you it's the hardest part of the day.
100%. Or deciding what you want for lunch.
No, that's easy.
That's everything.
Yeah, whatever some of the stuff that comes up is like you can be fat phobic at work by watching them eat. That's come up a lot.
Eating around them.
Yeah, that's a big one. Saying that you don't want something because you're on a diet, that seems to be the biggest trigger for them. Like if you say like, I don't want a donut, I don't want to gain weight or I'm getting too fat or I already had one. So much so that she talks about going to work and like eating in her car because she doesn't want people to watch her eating her second lunch.
We can all see the end of the car. Like we know she's in it because it looks like it's taking a hard left at the Nuremberg.
Yeah, it's like a kid covering their eyes because they're hiding. Like everyone knows you're in your car. We can see you in there with both hands shoveling it in. Yeah. They're funny though, man. Pretty much everything pisses them off, obviously.
So how do they feel? This is just a side topic, or the whole podcast is like, welcome to Fat and Fabulous, like episode 8, where I talk about how I had to pretend that I was throwing a party. And so I played. I had like a whole Kevin McAllister setup with cardboard people when I answered the door to bring all the pizzas in.
Order that many. Yeah,
Troy Aikman's coming along.
Yeah. But really, and then then I tripped over the wire and all the cardboard fell down. And he said, I know this is all for you, you fat bitch.
In one of them, this woman was talking about her horrible boss. She's like, I had the worst boss ever. And she's like breaking down because it's so traumatic. But she wrote down all of the mean things that her boss said to her. And it was like an Al Bundy writer's room. Like she was like, one time I was excited and I started clapping during a company meeting. And he goes, be careful, you might burn a calorie. And he's delivering this deadpan, traumatized. And she went through all this effort of writing down every horrible thing he said. And I'm like, no, there's no way somebody this funny just exists out there.
You might burn a calorie. That guy rules. That guy is so funny. Hey, before we get started, just going to do a tight five about these two whales. These two orcas that seem to have found our way. Did you sonar your way into the meeting room, lady?
I want to hear more about him so bad. Like, how did he think he could get away with it?
Seems like he did. Or are they saying like, and then I went to an even fatter woman in HR and he's been fired?
It sounds like that one guy was the impetus for her whole like fat phobia, curing fat phobia in the workplace consultancy that she runs or walks. Then they talk about they all have these. It's like listening to alcoholics justify why they're drinking, but like they never, they kind of get close to the very obvious ways they're fucked up, but they never connect the two. They never once. So it's like endlessly entertaining because they never will.
Financial help channels are similar. It'll be someone who makes $200,000 a year and they can't dig their way out of their hole.
Yeah.
Like, I just don't understand. And
yeah.
like, stop spending money. She's like, well, and it's the same thing with fat people. It's like, I just don't know. You know, I've been eating the granola and I've been drinking the jalapeno watermelon water and I did that juice cleanse and just nothing comes up. Stop eating. Start it's just calories in, calories out. And anything more complicated than that is not necessary when you're 400 fucking pounds. You're not an athlete. Your fucking gut biome doesn't matter, you whale. It's mostly plankton. Stop eating, and start walking. It doesn't have to be complicated. Walk 20 minutes a day, eat 3 normal fucking meals, the size of your fucking palm. That's how big your meal should be, you whale. Especially for a girl, you'll end up back at 1,200 calories, which is what you should have been eating since you were a 15-year-old.
The last one that we watched together. Again, patreon.com/The Dick Show. You can get it there. The woman was midway through their podcast, which is 3 fat women sitting in the same frame. So similar to this show, except it's 3 of us in a row, and their bodies are so big, it's just like a head, and then it spreads out, and then it's like the next lady starts, and it's sloping back up, and then so it looks like 3 potatoes, like heads that you could put little potato head feet on. Anyway, we learned halfway through that one of them had bariatric surgery, so she beat
it.
And she's still a behemoth. But she describes going through the surgery how she had to have this talk with everyone to not have any reaction at all. Any positive, not positive, it's not negative. She's not doing it for any kind of reason. And she doesn't want to be congratulated if her body changes, meaning if she loses weight, or if it doesn't change. It was like, do you guys watch Severance?
No.
No?
A little bit.
God damn it. That was the one TV show I thought I could talk to you guys about.
Sorry.
There's this scene where this woman, it's like this weird brainwashing thing where she goes, where she tells them facts about them and on the outside world, and they're not allowed to react to it. But it's like this, it's like a Scientology, like you're sitting there like, okay, and I don't want you to react this way or the other. There's no good reason to do this, bad reason to do this. There's no expectation to do this. I'm perfectly fine the way I am. I'm just getting bariatric surgery for no reason. That's what we're all going to.
They have to.
That's what we're all going to pretend.
But because if they lost some weight and you said, wow, you look so good, that would imply that they didn't look as good before. And we're all sassy and beautiful. So there is no, like, we're at the roof right now. So their whole
looks maxing.
Their whole system crumbles if you admit that like losing 10 pounds is going to be a plus for them, because you'd be admitting that 10 pounds was a negative before they lost it, which it like always is. I've never seen one of those. Like, I've seen some big women that were hot. I've seen some curvy women, some thick women. I ain't never seen a big old fat woman that looked good, that where like a bikini bottom doesn't fit right anymore. It does that weird thing where it starts at her belly button and there's like a gap between it and her pussy. Like get out of here with that. You're a freak. You're a freak of fucking nature.
Get out of here.
We're not supposed to look like that. Like
can we get this show on as like a guest? Can we get them? Dude, if we want to see Woody go bananas, we get 3 big fat people here, and Woody will be like, just one quick question. When are you gonna get it together?
Welcome to Hungry Hippos episode 1.
My collegiate dude, one of the worst looks in the world to me is the bald guy who wears a hat all the time. Like that, and I don't want to call anyone out, but I watch these YouTubers, and there's a dude, whenever he lives in an aquatic environment. I don't want to say it's a sailing channel, so let's just leave that up to the imagination. But anyway, when he takes his hat off, it's like Indiana Jones swapping that statue with the bag of sand. Like he doesn't want it to be uncovered for 1 second. He like switches from one hat to the next for like moving in and out of the water, or like if the
changing your pants at the beach.
Anyway, yeah, I learned. I taught I was an assistant to helping this guy learn to fly a paramotor, and he would switch from his helmet to his baseball cap like throughout the day because you wear a helmet as you learn to fly, and it was that same sort of thing where he would like never have not a hat on for more than one entire second.
Mm-hmm.
It's bad luck.
It makes me think of the conservative guy Tim Pool, who will he'll be like, I'm going to go talk to the Secretary of Defense. And he's wearing like a Billabong beanie. And it's like, stop it. Everyone know this is not a stylistic choice. It's July. Like, and you're wearing a beanie. Like, it draws more attention to it than just being bald. Okay. I have one very close friend who has been bald for a long time. And it wasn't until just a couple of years ago that he stopped being the hat all the time, constantly everywhere guy. And another friend who balded even earlier. Like I remember we went to middle school and high school together. And he started balding when we were like 14.
Fuck.
You get teased a lot by people when you're like going bald at 14, but he's also very tall. And so that like hit it a little bit, but he early on, like by the end of high school was like, this is the hand, I got to play it, and became like perfectly shaved, I'm bald guy. And I liked that more. It was like, oh, this is just a bald man who's like, I'm just bald. That's the way this is going to be. I'm not going to hide under a.
When did he go bald?
Cardinals. Like he started at like 14, 15. Like it was.
He didn't shave it at 15 years old.
It was early 20s. So I guess like college age that he decided to fully shave it, because by 19, 20, he had full like season 9 Costanza, worse than that.
Yeah. I think if you're in your 20s and it's gone, you need to get a system. You need to either get that full on glued to your head hair system, or you need to like seek surgery. Because most people don't look good with it shaved off. Like most people look weird. You look like the bad guy from Dune. You look like a fucking Harkonnen. Or you got a lumpy head. Black people somehow very symmetrical skulls, I've noticed. Until I think Shaq.
You're always going on about black people's skulls, dude.
Yeah, you can learn a lot from a black man's skull. I'm gonna tell you. All right.
This one's not trustworthy. Taylor, get the book.
I grab my phrenology book.
You can tell this one will mind.
We should bring that science back.
The worst look is the going bald, but still have that unicorn in the front. That there's not much you can do with that.
Oh, why?
Who am I looking at?
I don't know who this
Taco
is.
under the bus like that.
This is someone named Choco Taco.
He's a streamer.
Okay. Oh, well, let's not bully Choco Taco for smiling and being bald. He could just, but I mean, that is at the point where you can just be like, boom, I'm going to get kind of jacked, and I'm going to like walk around like Jason Statham.
Kind of jacked helps a lot. I do think that the bald look is supposed to be paired with jacked. If you look like, I don't know, every liberal YouTuber, then you can't be bald.
Yeah, no, you have to be shredded. That would be good. What would your move be, Dick? If you like went
tattoos,
full bald?
American History X style, probably
on the top of that.
Just because he looks cool, not because of the racism stuff.
No.